itu mas buangan berapa? Paling ya. Boleh campur-campur? Semua 25%. Sekarang kenapa mahal sekarang mau? Ya, ini pun 2015. Saya tahu. Tahu sih 2015. Itu tak campur. Ini kalau kita dah, ini tuh campur tahu ni. Saya
Step 1, you have to draw your axes and label them as Q, which stand for quantity, and price, S, which stand for price. Then for your origin, you have to label it as 0. For step 1B, draw the firm's ATC curve. For step 1C, draw the MC curve, which stand for marginal curve. And marginal revenue, price, and demand are all the same things. Step 2, to determine the profit maximizing output, which label as Q star, is by finding the collision between MC, marginal cost, and MR, marginal revenue, which is here. Then, after you mark the midpoint between MC and MR, then you have to draw the straight line to the quantity axis. Step 3 is to find your total revenue. The total revenue is equal to PQ rectangle, this rectangle. PQ. To determine the ATC, average total cost, we have to find the midpoint between the curve of ATC and the output line, which is here, right here. And finally, for step 6 is to find the profit. In the profit, we have to you have to minus total revenue minus total cost, which is this rectangle of PQ minus this rectangle of ATC here. So the profit that can be found here is right here. Is loss graph. Okay, step 1, you have to draw and level the curves and axes, this axis and these curves. You have to level each of it, and then for a loss, put D, or which is also known as P or MR, above the minimum of AVC. AVC curve is here, so above the minimum is here, above the minimum of AVC, and below the minimum of ATC. ATC is here, so below the minimum of ATC, the minimum is here. Step 2 is to determine the profit maximizing output, which is labeled as Q and star here, is by finding the collision or the midpoint between MC here and MR here. So the midpoint of these two is right here. Okay. And for step 3 is to find the total revenue. Total revenue is equal to PQ rectangle. So as you can see here, PQ rectangle is this rectangle, which is the rectangle, the point is between the Q star, which is stand for profit maximizing output, and this point, the P point. Step 4 is to determine ATC at the profit maximizing. We have to find the collision between the ATC curve and the line from profit maximizing output, which is here. So we just drag the straight line here, and then here is the collision. So this is called as ATC at the profit maximizing output level. And in step 5, to find your total cost, you have to ATC with Q rectangle, like this rectangle of ATC times Q rectangle. So the total cost is this whole rectangle. For step 6, which is the final step, 6 will find out the loss which is by total revenue minus total cost. As we said before, total cost is this rectangle. Meanwhile, total revenue is this rectangle. So this minus this is equal to this. So the loss is right here.